Hello, Dr. Sarah Nasserzadeh here. After 6 or 7 years of research around genital practices around the world, my colleagues and I found that from naming our genitalia, the way that we treat our genitalia, from steaming, cutting, piercing, tattooing, everything that goes within and around our genitalia, we really don't know much about all of these practices that people do. Why does it matter for us to know about this? Is because the way that we call our genitalia, for example, really determines the way that we view ourselves as just human beings in general, and let alone sexual being. I'll give you an example. In some countries that we studied, for example, a female genitalia was called diamond. In other countries, majority of countries were called little animals' names, like a mouse, like a raccoon, like a little bird. And imagine that in a country or where you're growing up, in a culture that you're growing up, and you refer to your genital area as a diamond. Who has access to it? Who owns it? What is the price that you give to it? Who is worth even viewing it or touching it or being in any interaction with it, versus in another country where you call it a mouse, for example, that needs to be hidden. Or even worse, in some countries there was no name for female genitalia but the very derogatory and street language for it. In some countries that didn't even exist either. So these are the things, food for thought, really. I would like you to think about it. And beyond that, also think the responsibility, the expectation that are put around those areas of the body when we give it only the name. Just think about the name. Forget about even the practices that we do, the grooming, the decorating, all the rest of it. Or for example, for men, if a man calls their penis golden dragon, or a sausage, or a pipe, or a tower of power, how would they treat it differently? How do they think that the function should be differently? So not only for yourself within your coupledom, but also for your children, I really invite you to think twice when you're thinking about naming the genital areas for your children, for yourself, and the name that you use within your coupledom, within the space of your coupledom.